That's a very sweet energy to, to start off with. Like I said, I'm looking for simple yes or no answers so we can get an idea right from the beginning if this person is even thinking about you at all. So I would say with this Queen of Cups energy, this is a beautiful energy. This is a nurturing energy. I think this person is thinking of you. Cancer energy here. This person may be a Cancer, but this could be your energy because we're talking about them. Are they thinking about you? And they might be thinking of you if you are a Cancer or if you have strong Cancer placements. You also may have some characteristics that are closely related to the sign of Cancer. So you might be very warm and nurturing towards this person. They might kind of just have that feeling that like that you're a very kind and compassionate person. They might have felt like they could open up to you, kind of like they're safe with you. I'm kind of getting this message that for some of you, this is almost like a nostalgic feeling. So there might have been a time when they felt really safe with you. And this could be referencing like the beginning of your connection or this very nurturing time in your connection. This is like a mothering type of energy. So for some of you, oddly enough, this might have something to do with a maternal figure in your life. And this could be someone that kind of relates to this this other person that you're asking about, but this also could be literally a maternal figure in your life, a mother, a grandmother, someone who is missing you and like remembering the fond memories or the times that the two of you had together, maybe even remembering when you were a child and they were like fully in this mothering role. So that's like a side note for some of you, although I think maybe this mother energy might tie into connections for others of you too. But yeah, I feel like this person really views you as someone who is very kind and nurturing and compassionate, and someone who they felt they could open up to, someone that they feel like they can express to. This feels past tense to me, so I kept saying they felt. So this is either the last interaction you had with them, they felt like they could really open up to you. This is the impression that they have. They feel very comfortable talking to you, maybe even about emotional stuff. Or this could be somebody kind of remembering that time in this connection where it felt really safe. It felt very, very nurturing. There's this sensitivity here. I'm gonna pull more energy because I don't know if that's your energy or theirs. I feel like it might be on both sides, that they might be viewing you as this very sensitive person, but also I feel like there's something about this connection that makes them feel sensitive. Either they're very touchy about it, that could be what that is, like it's a very sensitive topic for them. It might not be something that they can communicate about openly, or it's like they don't like when people bring up this connection because they're very touchy about it, or you're really somebody who helped them get in connection with their feelings, to become aware of their emotions on a deeper level. Nine of Pentacles energy. Yeah, you're on this person's mind. This person definitely thinks about you. Yeah, I wonder kind of what this energy is here, because I can read this a couple of different ways, but I feel like this person, there's kind of this energy of when they think about you, they're either wondering like if you're single. I feel like there's this element of like wondering if you're all right. There's kind of this feeling that they feel like you're okay without them, but they don't really want this to be true, is how this is coming across. They feel like you're very independent. And it might even be that they see you as somebody who like doesn't need anyone, doesn't need to rely on anyone or necessarily have a partner. If this is a romantic connection, they might see you as somebody who's like very free-spirited, very like you've got your stuff figured out and you're independent. They might not really know what role they can play when it comes to all of that. But I'm also kind of getting this energy that for some of you, this person's wondering if you're single, because that singleness is being highlighted here. So this could even be how they're seeing themselves. They could have seen themselves as a single person, but there's this emotional connection here. So I feel like that might be challenging them in some way. Ten of Swords energy. Yeah. I'm gonna peek at the bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. Okay. Yeah, there's kind of this feeling of like them getting a sense of something, and it almost is coming across as a worry. So this might be a worry that you're so independent that you don't need them, a worry that you will stay. It's just coming across as stay single, but it kind of is feeling more like stay on your own. Like, are you going to stay in this energy of being separate from them is how it's coming across. It's very interesting here because not knowing like what phase of your relationship you're in, this can come across in a lot of different ways. I feel like for a lot of you, this person, they think a lot about the end when it comes to this connection. And if this is something that has actually ended, I feel like their thoughts kind of gravitate back toward this energy of a painful ending or an abrupt ending. For those of you who this might be a newer person, I feel like this person is feeling an emotional connection, or they feel somehow like they can really trust and confide in you very early on. And I feel like this energy of this ending here, for some of you, this might be just the last time you saw this person. This can also be every time you see this person. I feel like there's this energy of they don't really want it to end. They don't want that interaction to end. It's like they don't want you to walk away. They don't want the conversation to end. And when it's all said and done, they're kind of thinking about those last moments, like, oh, I wish I could have said a little bit more, or I wish the conversation had gone on just a little bit longer. So there is kind of this feeling of like a longing for something to continue, because I feel like it's almost painful when it comes to an end, when it feels like their time is up with you. It's painful. But for those of you where this might be an ex, I feel like they're really focused on the way things ended. And there's kind of this feeling of defeat, or there's this feeling that that things were left unsaid, that maybe something was misunderstood. With the Ten of Swords, we're dealing with feelings of loss and regret. Sometimes we're dealing with feelings of betrayal and being stabbed in the back. So I just have to say, for some of you, this could have been a connection that ended in a very painful way, with feelings of betrayal. There could have been cheating or suspected cheating or something like that with Ten of Swords energy here. And this person either feels like they have been betrayed, or they feel that they may have betrayed you in some way. I also feel that they feel like they've been misunderstood in some way. So it doesn't have to be as serious as something coming to an end because of like a terrible situation like that, but it can be just this feeling of an abrupt ending that came out of the blue. This could have been something that they didn't see coming, or something that you didn't see coming if this connection ended abruptly. But they're thinking a lot about that, and there might be kind of this desire to rectify what went wrong. There's also kind of this message here with Nine of Pentacles energy, Ten of Swords, and we're talking about a loss or an ending. This person may have lost a stream of income or some sort of stability that they thought they had. So this is almost giving me Tower energy here. These two cards combined, because it gives me this feeling of someone who felt like they were on the top of the world, someone who felt like they had something figured out, or they had a certain amount of, like I was saying, security or stability, and this could be financially, and then having this come to an end. So this person could have lost their job. This person could have lost something in their life that they viewed as stable. And this somehow is coming up in connection with you, and it could be that they lost the stability with you. I feel like this could have been a marriage because there's something about the ending. There was an ending of something with this Ten of Swords, and this can talk about the end of like formal things or contracts. So this could be the end of a marriage. This could be a broken agreement between the two of you. So maybe this isn't a formal contract in writing, but somehow an agreement between the two of you was broken. And it's like, this is what they're thinking of a lot. This could have been that they lost your trust. Yeah, there's a deep emotional connection here too. So I see why, if we go from this Heart of Cups energy, Queen of Cups, to Ten of Swords, I kind of see why this is so painful, because there's so much emotional attachment here that it is really painful for this person, because they care a lot about you, and I feel like there's this energy of they know that you care about them as well. This is something either that they sense, they're very intuitive. This is something either that they're sensing, or something that they know to be true because you've told them, because you've been in a deep enough connection that you've expressed these feelings to them, but they know what they're missing out on, I'll say it like that. And so that could even be just this regret of like, oh, I shouldn't have let this person leave without saying, you know, like without saying something, or without telling them how I feel, or something like that, because there's kind of this sense of, I wish that hadn't ended the way it did, or how it did, when it did, I should say. Yeah. There's something, this person almost, I feel like they almost feel like they're in crisis. So this could be referencing something that was going on in their life, outside of this connection. But there is a loss here, the loss of this self-sufficient energy that comes along with the Nine of Pentacles. So it's just very interesting there. That's why this really could be like a change in their financial situation, and they could feel like this affects your connection somehow. Yeah. I want to look at what this person's current energy towards you is right now. So what is this person's current energy? What is their current energy? We have the cheetah. Isn't that a little bit strange? Because for some of you, I was talking about cheating possibly being relevant in this situation, and then you have the cheetah, and I mean, come on. So that's really interesting here. That's that might be confirmation for some of you. What I think is more interesting is that this card is actually clarifying. For some of you, there wasn't cheating in this relationship, but this is what's so strange about it. It's almost this energy of this person feels like they're cheating on you. Whenever they like talk to someone else, look at someone else, there's kind of this feeling of regret, and like almost a guilty feeling. So it's like, even if you're not with this person, there's something going on here where they almost feel like they're being unfaithful to you. This is so strange. And if this person's single, it's almost like they feel almost like just being in their singleness, in that single state, is like being disloyal to you in some way. Almost like there was an agreement of the two of you being together, and now they're in this different state of being single, being on their own. Yeah, there's something interesting there. And what's really weird is this energy kind of comes across as like, if they do have that guilt, almost like, oh, if I talk to this person, I feel almost like I'm cheating, or I feel like that's not right or something. It's kind of this thing where it feels like it doesn't quite make sense. So it might not make sense. Maybe the two of you are clearly not together, or maybe you don't even know each other very well. But there is kind of this feeling. I feel like if this person's in another connection, that might be why it's weird, because it could be kind of this energy of like, really, they should be feeling guilty for thinking about you, is kind of how this is coming across for some of you. They should feel the guilt for thinking about you, if anything, and they don't. It almost feels like it's reversed, because there's this feeling of them feeling like they should be with you, or they should be closer with you. For this group, there's kind of this message that this might have something to do with a family connection. And if that's the case, this is almost like guilt for getting closer to someone else. This could even be a friend for some of you. It's like, if they get closer to another friend, they feel kind of guilty, like they don't want to replace you as their best friend, or as someone who's very close to them and significant in their life. They don't want to ever make it seem like you could be replaced. So interesting. I'm gonna just pull one more card for this. Okay, so you have mood rings. This is a nostalgia card. We were kind of talking about that energy. So it's like fond memories. When they think of you, they're thinking of the good times. Yeah. That's what's sad. It's like they think of the good times, they think of the happy times, the times the two of you were laughing together, the times there was so much like openness and sharing on an emotional level, and then they're kind of hit with that ending. They're hit with the realization that it has ended, or that that particular opportunity is over. Very interesting. Cheetah energy, fire energy. We have Cancer energy here with this Queen of Cups. Interesting. This might be a Leo. I'm thinking of like Cancer season, Leo season. So that time, July, August, might be significant somehow. This is a very masculine energy, a very fast moving energy. I feel like this person, things are moving at a high speed for them. And this could be in terms of the thoughts that they're having about you, and the way that you're on their mind. It's like this is progressing. I feel like their feelings may have come on very quickly, or something may have changed very rapidly in their life, but there's kind of this feeling of a loss of control with all of these rapid changes, and this need to refocus. So like with the cheetah, it's a super fast energy, but there's also kind of this feeling of being very locked in. You see how the background here, it's like all coming right towards that bullseye, that one point. There's this feeling of being very locked in on exactly what you want with the cheetah energy, because it's hard to move at that speed when you don't know where you're going. So there is kind of this feeling of like needing to be laser focused on exactly what they want, what they're looking for. But I do feel like this rush of emotions, it could have come on so fast that it kind of scares them. It definitely makes them aware that they have to be very clear about what they want, because things seem to be happening really fast. This is also taking me back to this Ten of Swords energy, abrupt ending. So that kind of speed, it could be referencing the way something ended in this connection, but I feel like it's also referencing the way it started, like fast. The emotions, at least, really fast. This is the energy of being really drawn in and very attracted, very laser focused. And I just kind of love how this cheetah's right across from the Heart of Cups card, because it just feels like this person is, It's like their energy towards you is really fast moving. I think they want to change something and quickly, and it feels like they're moving more towards this emotional place. Like they want to move toward the emotion when it comes to you. This mood ring card is interesting because it talks about wavering energy. It talks about being indecisive or being hesitant, and that's paired with cheetah energy, which is anything but. So if that doesn't say wavering, then I don't know what does. So there might be kind of this feeling that from day to day, this person's it's not that their feelings change. So I'm trying to get this right. I feel like the action that this person feels like they might take changes from day to day. And that's why I was tapping into that energy about they realize that they need to be clear about what they want, because it's going to be really hard to attain this goal if they are uncertain. It's going to be really hard to go after what they want with as much force as we're being shown here with the cheetah if they're not really sure what direction they're going in. So it might be that some days they kind of realize that and they don't know what to do, and other days they think they know exactly what action to take. But there is kind of this feeling of like a building energy beneath the surface, and then this wavering or this indecisiveness. This person could have been indecisive in the past as well. If that's the case, if this person was indecisive, especially if this ties into the ending, they don't want to be indecisive anymore. Their thoughts and their energy towards you are very fast moving, very much about that speed and momentum. And it could be because that's what they were lacking in the past. Okay, very interesting. I'm gonna get your tarot deck now because I want to see why. I want to see why this person is thinking of you now. Why now? What came up? What changed? Did anything change? Maybe they've been thinking about you the whole time. I want to kind of figure that out. And we'll also see if we get any kind of indication about when this person is thinking about you. What might trigger you to be on their mind? Why are they thinking? Okay. Eight of Swords. King of Cups. So we have the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and then we also have the High Priestess. Whoa. Whoa, okay. It's really interesting. We have the King and Queen of Cups, so there's definitely an emotional connection here, and that's what would make this person's thoughts gravitate toward you, because there is an emotional connection. And it really doesn't matter the way this is coming through. This doesn't matter what kind of connection this is. This could be like a friendship. This could be about family connections. This could be a romantic connection. There's tenderness and there's love here, even if it just feels like no matter what phase you're in, definitely. And there's also this energy of like counterparts. So they feel like you balance them out. They feel like you understand them. And this is definitely on an emotional level. I was picking up on that from the beginning, that this person felt like they could open up to you. They could trust you. They could confide in you very early on. And then to have this King of Cups show up, that's definite confirmation of that. They felt like they could express their emotions and they could be heard and they could be seen for the person that they truly are around you. That's how you make them feel. But there's this energy of being kind of in a prison of their own mind with something. So I feel like there might even be an element of this person tries not to think of you, because Eight of Swords energy is it's a very restrictive energy. It's an energy of not being able to see past a problem, or not be able to see past a restriction of some sort. And so this is really kind of more of a mind game, but this person may try to restrict their thoughts about you. I feel kind of like this restriction has been lifted. There might be something that they've figured out that before was not clear to them, because with the Eight of Swords, it's like there's possibilities, but we just can't see them. There's limitations, but we put them there ourselves. There might even be hard situations that we have to overcome, but the fact is there is a way to overcome those situations. And if we've decided in our minds that there's no way, then we are being restricted by our minds, by our thought process. And I feel like a change in this person's thought process is what's really causing you to be on their mind. I don't feel like this person like often doesn't think of you, to be honest. With this High Priestess energy, this person this person almost like they kind of feel connected to you. I feel weird saying this, and I don't know why I would feel weird saying this. So I feel like this person might feel a little bit strange about the fact that they feel connected to you. On a spiritual level, they might feel telepathically connected on some level, and I feel like this is like the kind of stuff that they don't say out loud because they feel like that's a little weird. Like, am I making that up, or is that really happening type of thing there? There's definitely that energy, and this is not another one of these kind of restrictions. They might want to be logical or appear logical, and sometimes it's like they restrict their way of thinking because they don't want to seem crazy or seem like they're just taking it too far, seem like it's over the top in some way. So I feel like there is this intuitive connection, there is this kind of this feeling of being joined or being linked to you, being connected in some way. And it's hard for them to ignore, but there's also this feeling that it might be hard for them to accept. They certainly keep it to themselves for the most part, is how this is coming across. 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Okay. Okay. This is an end to a conflict. Okay. What's interesting is we have a lot of this kind of wintry energy with the swords, so I'm looking for timing here. This person may think of you in the winter time or when it is colder outside. There might be some kind of winter connection there. You're definitely on their mind a lot of swords energy here coming out for you. It is almost winter time. It's almost officially winter time at the time I'm recording this, but it is December, so it is the winter time in the northern hemisphere right now. So it might be that this person is thinking of you currently, and even if you're watching this at a time when it's not currently winter, this could be an indication that they're thinking of you currently, like they're thinking of you right now. What else do we have here? There's also kind of a message about dreams with the High Priestess, so this person may dream of you often. I feel like you're on this person's mind a lot because it's like this energy of subconsciously their mind drifts back to you. And that could be why there's this feeling of like, almost like they try not to think of you sometimes. It could be distracting to them. They could kind of get in their head and it's like they can't focus on the task at hand. Whatever it is they need to focus on, work, school, whatever it might be. Thoughts of you may sort of interfere. There's all of this counterpart energy here. So there's kind of this vibe of you two being well matched. Your personalities really complementing one another. Really meeting each other on an emotional level. Very interesting. I want to get some messages from this person. I'm going to try to just like pull one card from each of the decks that I pulled out. We'll see, because sometimes you guides want all the cards to come out. So we'll see what messages come out. We get 3 cards. I hope that you can forgive me one day. My life is not as together as it seems. I hid who I really am from you. Yeah, yeah, there's kind of this feeling of regret here. And I was picking up on that with the Ten of Swords. So something that they feel like maybe they didn't handle appropriately. It could be the way that they walked away from this connection. But there's also kind of this feeling that they just don't feel like they are being themselves when they're around you or when they have the opportunity to be around you. It's like they don't feel like they're opening up as deeply as they wish they could. And I think this comes back to this internal conflict and this sort of like, they feel restricted in their thoughts when it comes to some element of this connection. Things are more complicated than you know. There's a secretive element to this person, and I don't know if that's just because maybe the two of you don't know each other very well. There are things I'm not ready to tell you yet. Yeah, there's a lot that this person wants to open up about. We also have, I want to do the right thing. And it could be that they are trying to figure out what the right thing is. Let's see. Instant chemistry. That's cheetah energy there. Very fast moving, very powerful, very fiery energy. So I feel like this person felt something instantly with you. And it could be that all these feelings came on so fast, but it feels like there's a lot that this person isn't telling you. And it could be just about how they're feeling, like what's going on inside, because there's all of this, like I feel like they're trying to overcome something in their thought process. Or trying to open their mind to the idea about something working. And there's just parts of this that you might not have all of the information on, but this person really is trying to do the right thing. Their desire is to do the right thing. Okay, sorry guys, the camera cut off, but yeah, we were talking about this person's desire to do the right thing. And that can vary depending on what the situation is, but I do feel like one of the main elements to this, like figuring out what the right thing to do is, I feel like this has to do with this action that this person wants to take. This could be an apology, this could be moving towards you, this could be making their feelings known, because it does feel like a lot of what they wanted to say to you in the past or the last time they saw you even, they didn't say. And I feel like the right thing to them is to kind of move out of this wavering, indecisive energy and to move more into this forward moving, very direct, fiery energy of the cheetah. So yeah, I feel like that has a lot to do with what they're figuring out and how this thought process is changing, how they're opening their mind to this connection. So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I think I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you enjoyed this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.